Did you know that the global apparel market is a multi-billion-dollar industry that is constantly evolving to keep up with the trends and technology? Imagine if going online and picking out an outfit was easy as that. Now you may think, it is easy. I just type in my credit card information and I find what I want. But it could be easier. So today we're going to look at how the global apparel market and companies like Revolve and the people behind them are trying to make that a possibility. The global apparel market is a circular economy. So the goal is to keep items in circulation for as long as possible. There are places like Plato's Closet and ThredUp, which is an online version, where you can sell your product that you no longer want, so your sweatshirt, your dress, whatever it may be, and it can be resold to somebody else to give it new life and keep it in circulation. But then we have brands like Shein and Zaful and Fashion Nova that are flooding that market. And those fast fashion brands are not as high quality as what we want when we're buying a secondhand item. And so they kind of get left to the side for last, but then this is creating an overpopulation of these fast fashion products. Overconsumption in the resale market is where this is becoming a problem. So if you go to a thrift store and you are looking for a Levi's pair of jeans, it might be hard to find one that's not from Shein because people bought so much of it and now they don't want it anymore. It's not the greatest quality, so no one wants to buy it secondhand. So now we don't have any Levi's, but we have lots of Shein, even though Levi's will last us years. Because people are thinking, oh, I'll just buy a bunch from the thrift store. People are over-consuming those high-quality pieces and leaving the not-so-great ones. And so people that can't afford those high-quality pieces firsthand are not able to get the experience of buying them anymore. We are also recreating products that already exist. Did you know that 6 generations of people could be clothed with the amount of clothing in the world right now? We do not need any more. We do not need to make more clothing. The last thing we need to do is create more of what we already have. So micro mini shorts, for example. Hollister, they were big in like the 2000s. They're back. Everyone loves them. I love them. I won't deny it. But they're becoming harder to find in thrift stores because of overconsumption. So Hollister is now making new ones, which is just over polluting the market. Brands like Revolve are trying to fix this problem. So if you go online and you look for a blue dress, you could look for hours. You could open 100 websites and you might not find what you want. Revolve is trying to fix this problem. So Revolve works with over 1,000 companies and has over 10 of their own brands, where you can go on their website and look up blue dress, size small, available, and you will get results from thousands of brands on one website. You can put all of them in your cart from all the different websites and get them at once in one box, paid for one time. Done. Revolve is based online, so their thing is leveraging digital channels and technology to transform the shopping experience. What they want is for shopping online to become fun, to become what you want to do. Because I get it. Sometimes I like to try something on, whatever, free returns. Revolve has 2 brick-and-mortar stores, so, there are people that only want to shop in person. It's fine. You do you. But having their main brand be online gives them that leverage above companies that may have started out as in-person stores and are just kind of getting into the online market, because we all know technology is booming right now. AI, all that. So Revolve can only go up. They know, they have been here, they have done that. They're ready for it to come. because Revolve partners with influencers. So Coachella just happened these past couple weekends, as well as Revolve Fest, which is a festival hosted by Revolve, where they bring these influencers in and they give them free products in exchange for showing that they were there, showing that they are in support of Revolve and like their products, which everybody loves their products. But the question is, how are they doing it? Are they doing it the right way? So usually when people partner for a brand deal, it says paid partnership up at the top. If you are being paid, you legally have to disclose that information. Revolve is being sued because some consumers have sued them, saying that they do not always disclose that. And the question is, do they need to disclose it on every individual post if overall their profile states that they work with Revolve? Does it still need to be on every single post? I'm not a lawyer, I'll leave that to the lawyers, but I met with Patrick Thompson, who works with these influencers. He works to create their apps and their websites and their post schedules and just get it all out there. He's kind of a behind the scenes guy. He works with many people that you may well know as they're behind the scenes. Oh, I'm sorry, my hair is stuck. So he is located on the West Coast, but does a lot of work on the East Coast. He lives in Los Angeles, California with his 3 kids. He gets 2 sons and a daughter who is in college for marketing as well. And he attended Widener University for civil engineering. He went into initially flight programming and weapons control, or flight control and weapons. And then when he went to LA, he was kind of brought into the world of working with these people. He knew how to use the technology. He actually got into it because his father was always doing stuff with computers. But his advice to me was to not be overly trusting and to get a mentor. So trust people. People should be inherently good. Like, I'd like to believe that. But just in the back of your mind, don't forget, people can not always have your best interest. They have their best interest. So just keep it in mind. Make sure you still have your best interest in mind. And to get a mentor to help you with this. Because nobody knows what they're doing at first. I don't. I should find one. He's right. And then I met with Erin Cohen, who works at Atlassian. She is a design manager. So Atlassian is an Australian-based company that works in tech and software things that I don't 100% understand. General gist, she does mapping and planning as well as professional development and stakeholder buy-in, and she works with teams of people. She's kind of in charge of the teams that do all these projects. She is in meetings for 6 to 8 hours a day, so because of the different time zones, she could be in meetings at 8 a.m. and be done by noon, or vice versa. The rest of the company's in like Australia and India and stuff like that. She is by nature a strategist, so she likes that whole putting pieces together to create this one puzzle, which is similar. Patrick as well actually likes that. Patrick as well also likes that. He likes to see that final product of what him and a team of people have worked together to build. But back to Erin. She attended Hollins University, which is actually pretty cool. She was able to create her own major. So her major was media narrative design, which is again kind of controlling the narrative and kind of like a storytelling, which she actually said she uses all the time. She uses it to kind of get people what she wants them to do, which sounds crazy, but sometimes you gotta do it. You know, when people like the story you're telling, they're gonna do what you need them to. Her advice was to ask for help. Don't just let it be. Nobody knows what they're doing at first, and everyone needs help. You know, don't ask for help on things that you should very well know. We all know someone like that. Anyways, but ask for help when you need it. Her example was when she lived in New York, and they asked to extend her contract, and she couldn't afford the housing that she was in for another year. And so instead of asking for help, she left. She didn't take it. And, she's not upset she didn't stay in New York, but she wishes she took that opportunity to work on asking for help, on maybe finding a place that was better, or they maybe having them pay her more, or anything like that. In conclusion, the global apparel market is massive. It is ever changing, just like fashion. Technology coming into the mix, it is going to grow, hopefully in a way that is sustainable to our planet. Every market has its strengths and weaknesses. Hopefully, with companies like Revolve, we are able to lean into those strengths and kind of lessen the effect of those weaknesses. Thompson and Cohen's skills are going to be used in any market. They can use them in the fashion world, in technology in general, in automobiles, anything like that. You could use them. And utilizing influencers to grow engagement is A1. Anyways.